The year doesn't need to change for you to change your life. You need to change for you to change your life, right? The reason why you feel like you've been reliving the same year and no progress has been made is because you didn't change. You didn't recreate yourself. You didn't reinvent yourself, right? And that's what you need. You need to, reinventing yourself is a lifelong process. You have to, every 6 months, you have to constantly recreate yourself, change yourself, mold yourself into the person you want to be, right? So, little background knowledge about me is that 5 years ago, I read a book called 48 Laws of Power. And one of the laws that stood out to me was the law 25, recreate yourself, right? And the law, it talked about create a character that never bores the audience and commands attention, right? You have to be it talked about being like the artist of your life, recrafting yourself into the image that you want to be, right? It also spoke about not accepting the role that society forces on you, but recreating yourself into a new identity, you know what I mean, that never bores the audience and commands attention, right? And when I read that chapter, kind of changed my life a little bit, you know what I mean? I started to kind of live my life based on that law, right? Is you have to constantly recreate yourself, right? And in this video, I'm gonna share with you the 3 ways that I recreated myself, right? But before I go into those 3 ways on how I recreated myself and how you can follow these steps to recreate yourself, right? I just want to say, make sure you book a one-on-one coaching call if you're looking to get in the best shape of your life and recreate yourself through your fitness journey. Hit the link in the description. I got you. I'm the guy for that. I can help you with that. And we'll see if it makes sense to work together. We'll come up with a custom plan that makes sense for you, right? So hit the link in the description if that sounds like you. Right, little shameless plug there. And make sure you comment, like, and subscribe too. If you already made it this far, you might as well hit that like button, hit that subscribe, turn bell notifications because I post almost every day. Now, how do we recreate ourselves? Like I just mentioned just now, through your fitness, I can help you with that, right? You need to, if you haven't already, you need to get on your fitness journey. You need to get jacked. You need to practice body game, right? You know what I'm saying? You need to start putting yourself through a workout routine. And this is like arguably the most important step, because going from skinny, obese, skinny fat to jacked, it's so powerful. It's a definitive like feature of recreating yourself. It's like a definite, like, you're not the same person anymore. When you need to jack, nobody's gonna recognize you after that, right? You become unrecognizable. That's what I did back in 2019. You know, I used to be skinny, pencil neck, whatever, right? I mean, I was still a little bit athletic. I played sports in high school and all that, but if you looked at me back in 2019, you'd be like, this guy's skinny, he's pencil neck, you know what I mean? Like, you know? But then if you look at me, fast forward to now, 190 pounds, whatever, right? I was on a cut recently. I think I was 200 pounds back in beginning of 2024. Right now I'm 190 pounds, right? But point is that I put on like 20 pounds, 30 pounds, I think it was 20 to 30 pounds of muscle in like that 4 or 5 year time span. And the point is that I literally recreated myself. When people last saw me in 2019 and they see me now, they'll literally be like, bro, what happened to you? You got jacked. Like, you're like a totally different person. Like, they might even double take when they see you again. You know what I mean? Like, to the world, you will literally become a different person. And through the mirror, when you look at yourself, you're gonna see the evidence that you can change your life and that you can become a different person, right? Your physique should be like a reference point, a blueprint that, okay, whenever I feel discouraged about like recreating myself in other areas, I look at my physique and I can be like, if I could do that, then maybe I can change other areas of my life. It's a launch pad. It's like the first step. It's arguably the most important step. If you haven't gone on your fitness journey, get on it soon, because that's like the best way to start a new chapter, recreate yourself into someone you actually respect, right? And the second step, I would say, is trying out new things. So right out of high school, you know, I didn't really know what I want to do in my life, right? I was kind of just confused. So naturally, you know, I was just trying different things, right? Just trying out different things, experimenting, you know, experimenting with like photography stuff. I was experimenting with like, you know, did acting for a bit, you know, I experimented, you know, I got on the fitness routine, you know, I started making content, you know what I mean? Like, I was just experimenting, just trying to learn stuff, reading different just really just exploring, like stepping out of my comfort zone. And it was something that I haven't done. It was getting out of my comfort zone was something that I haven't done before, right? Because in high school, I was always in my comfort zone. You know what I mean? I was kind of afraid to try new things in high school because of the way I would be perceived. Because in high school, you kind of have these like stereotypes that you, for some reason, stick to. Like I played basketball, right, and athlete, and if you do something that's kind of like outside of your norm, people are gonna kind of look at you like, kind of roast you for it. Like, for example, on a career day, if I wanted to go look at, if I wanted to sign up for because I remember a career day, I signed up for like some like criminology thing, because I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, like detective stuff, you know what I mean? And then people will roast you and be like, oh, this guy want to be like, high school, like people will like roast you for literally anything. For like, you will get roasted for literally stepping out of your comfort zone and trying things out of the box, right? So leaving high school was like, leaving high school was like the best way for me to kind of, was the best way for me to kind of step out of my comfort zone, because I wasn't around people to kind of nitpick at what I was doing. And over time, I just stopped caring and I just started trying new things, right? And look where it led me now, making content, you know what I mean? Started an online coaching business, you know what I mean? And, I'm doing shit that I actually want to do, you know what I mean? Not based on what people's opinions on me are, you know what I mean? And that's crucial stuff to recreate yourself, is trying new things, stepping out of your comfort zone. And you want to try a bunch of things until you find 2 to 3 things that you stick to and you go all in on, right? And my next final step number 3, is changing your environment, right? And this kind of ties into step 2 a little bit, because you need to change your environment, because your environment plays a huge role in who you are, right? Like, environment can be like where, like, places that you reside in or live, or places like people you hang out with. For example, in my own life, right, through since high school, there's a lot of people I don't talk to anymore from high school, right, that I had to remove out of my life, right? And I realized I had to do this in order to recreate myself, because a lot of the times when you're in this process of recreating yourself, you're gonna feel resistance from people. People are good, because when you start changing your life, you start getting on your fitness journey, you start feeling a lot more confident about yourself, you're trying different things. Those friends, those high school friends, they're gonna start to kind of roast you and be like, oh, who do you think you are? You know what I mean? You do this, do that. Like, they're gonna try and tell you, oh, you changed, bro. Like, oh, you're trying to be something you're not. This isn't you. Like, you know what I mean? They're gonna have these little bullshit interventions for you, thinking that they're helping you, but really they're trying to, like, they're reflecting their insecurities onto you, because they see you advancing to another state in your life, and that sparks an insecurity. So they're gonna hate on you to kind of keep you at that same level that they are, right? But you have to constantly push past that barrier. Like, nah, fuck you guys. I'm gonna be who I wanna be. You know what I mean? And that's what you gotta do, right? A lot of times, sometimes you might have to cut some people off, right? Sometimes you don't have to cut people off. Sometimes you can just distance yourself, you love them from a distance, but you really gotta audit like the people you have around in your life. And I'm starting to realize this more and more as I get older, like, especially when it comes to like trying new things, and you're trying new like business ventures and stuff. You really gotta get like all these negative, small thinking people, you gotta like remove them, or even if you don't know how to remove them, just like distance yourself from them, because they're gonna affect like your confidence and self-belief. So you gotta really distance yourself from these people, especially when you're trying to reinvent yourself. It doesn't serve you in the process of recreating yourself, right? And for the past 5 years, like, this has been a huge part of my like self-improvement journey, just navigating friendships and who to involve in my circle, because I felt like, when I was trying to recreate myself 5 years ago, as I'm still trying to recreate myself, like, I found like I'd run into people or friends from the past who would like try and hold me back and try and tell me, oh, you changed, you're this, you're that, or like trying to imply certain things, try and put these bullshit interventions saying, trying to pull me back to where I used to be. They always try to remind you of who you used to be, right? But you gotta like fight through that. Like, the book in 40 Laws of Power, Law 25, talks about facing that, getting past that resistance, Don't accept the role that society forces on you. Don't accept the role that your friends, that your old friends will force on you. You gotta fight through that resistance, right? Because that's what's gonna take you to that next level, right? And in terms of like, another thing in terms of environment is like where you reside. Like, for example, like maybe clean your room, clean your room, because your room says a lot about you, right? And this is what I'm currently trying to work on this year. I'm trying to focus on maintaining a clean workspace. So I'm trying to keep my room clean, and it's been a challenge for the past couple of years, but I feel like if I want to truly make a lot of progress in life, I got to start being more neat and clean, right? Being more neat, like cleaning my room a lot, like not throwing clothes on the ground and shit, like actually keeping stuff neat. Because I feel like I heard this somewhere that the state of your room kind of reflects the state of your mind. And if your like room is really messy, it might kind of mean that your mind's all over the place, right? And I think it sets the tone, right? If you're trying to change your life, trying to put yourself on a new trajectory, cleaning everything out, throwing out things, and cleaning your room, throwing out bad friends, throwing out things like cleaning, living in a clean environment, getting on your fitness. I feel like these three things are all key to recreating yourself, right? And yeah, you need to take these necessary steps if you want to recreate yourself. You can't afford to be the same person you were last year, right? You need to change, not the year, right? The year is the same thing every year. The only thing that has to change is you. You have to be the catalyst that changes, right? You are the variable that has to change, not the year, right? So I hope you like this video. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And make sure you book a one-on-one coaching call if you're looking to recreate yourself and get in the best shape of your life and start having, and start getting those choosing signals, start getting attention from women. Maybe you want people to respect you more. You know what I mean? You just want to be proud of the man that you see in the mirror. Hit that link in the description. I got you. I can help you with that. I'm the guy for that. And remember, there is nothing enlightening about playing small. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.